get in that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Have you ever looked at something that you'd seen 10,000 times and this time you looked at it and there was something different about it? Well, that's going to be kind of the theme of this show today. Today we're going to be discussing very specifically compensators on carry guns. Now, conventional wisdom has been that optics and compensators were for range toys. They're for competition guns. And that's how things have been forever and ever since these two things started getting slapped on guns. Now, conventional wisdom does change over time. Red dot sights over the past 10 years have proven themselves on carry guns to where most people don't even blink twice when they see a red dot sight on a carry gun. However, compensators are a different matter, especially when it comes to a carry gun. So from a conventional wisdom standpoint, compensators can be a problem for a couple of reasons. Number one, compensators tend to blow gases in a direction other than just downrange. They can blow gases up, they can blow gases out, and if you're trying to fire from some sort of a body index position, that gas coming up in your face can be a problem. Additionally, compensators can be problematic because it could mess up the cycle of operation timing on your handgun to where the gun unlocks too early or it doesn't unlock properly. It can end up being finicky with ammo, and so it just, again, conventional wisdom basically says, why mess with something that already works, right? You're not smarter than Gaston Glock. You're not smarter than John Moses Browning. Just run the gun the way that it was intended to be made and you'll be fine. Well, apparently a lot of millennial and Gen Z concealed carry shooters didn't get that memo because we're starting to see a lot more concealed carry shooters show up at the range and they have comps on their carry guns. So we decided to give comps on carry guns another look, especially when it comes to the Radian Ramjet barrel and the Afterburner micro comp. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So the rest of this video that we're going to put on YouTube is going to be discussing that. But also, if you go over to our Patreon channel, we're going to have some exclusive content specifically about this discussion that you won't be able to see on YouTube. So we look forward to seeing you there. And on with the show. So I was off to the range to speak with shooters and try out some self-defense worthy compensators. One that kept coming up because it is legal in all 50 states was the Radian Ramjet barrel with the Afterburner micro compensator. The Radian system is unique for several reasons. First, it's legal in all 50 states at the time of this video. Second, as a micro-compensator, the Afterburner locks into the Ramjet barrel using what they call the intralock system, where a tapered screw aligns the two pieces for a proper fit with no extra skill or knowledge required on the part of the user. Another great feature is that the micro part means that the comp makes the slide length like that of a Glock 17, not like the typical Rubik's Cube hanging off the front of the handgun you normally see. While at the range, I first bumped into Bailey, who has been on the show before. He's been rocking the Radian Ramjet and Afterburner system for a few months now. With me again is Bailey. Bailey's going to talk to us about his new Glock. And one particular feature, I know you have a couple of interesting parts on it, but I want to talk about the Radian. And so do you have it on you?
I do. Right.
Let's take a look. Woohoo. They say that the recoil reduction is up to as much as 47% than shooting without it. What are your observations with it?
I would argue it's even more than that. It is an absolute night and day difference. Wow. I was very skeptical when I first bought it, but shooting it without it and then throwing it on there was remarkable.
All right. Still being concerned about losing velocity with the compensator on the gun, I did a head-to-head comparison between a stock Glock barrel and the Glock with the Radian system installed using a Garmin chronometer. I found that the Radian actually added 120 feet per second over a 5-shot group average compared to the stock barrel, and this was just using range ammo. Next, I shot with Randy from the Ace Tactical YouTube channel. Randy, how's it going today?
Doing good, how are you?
Good, man. So we're here to talk about the Radian, the Ramjet, and the Afterburner. Yep. And so it's my understanding you've been running it for quite a while. Yep. You have your experiences with it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm approaching about 10,000 rounds right now through the Radian Ramjet on this particular setup right here. It's on my Glock 19. Occasionally I'll get ammo issues and I'll have malfunctions every now and then, but I'd say it's like one in several hundred.
So one round?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let me ask you, would you trust or would you run a micro comp on a carry gun or a concealed carry gun?
Absolutely. This is the gun I carry with me majority of the time.
Okay.
After being assured by others that reliability wasn't a problem, I made the purchase and bought a Radian system of my own. It should be noted that I'm using an aftermarket slide on my Gen 3 Glock 19, so I was a little concerned that all of these parts may not play well together. 400 rounds later, and there was not one hiccup. No malfunctions, feeding problems, or reliability issues of any kind. Moreover, I found that the system shot so flat that the dot never left the glass. This made my follow-up shots faster and more accurate. The bottom line is that the Radian system made me change my mind on the topic of compensators for defensive carry. Now, I'm not saying that just any type of compensator is a good idea for self-defense purposes, or even that you need one. And yes, it's one more thing that will go into evidence if you ever have to use it. But there's no denying that from the time that I dropped the Radian system into my Gen 3 Glock 19, there was 100% reliability with the other aftermarket parts that were already on the gun. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you right back here next time on ranges, backstops, and berms.